Hey everyone, Cody from Mactelecom Networks. The other day I released a YouTube short showing me placing my thumb on the G4 Doorbell Pro to read my thumbprint and then open a smart door lock. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to set that up. Now, there are a few prerequisites. You need a smart lock that works within Home Assistant, and you also need something running Home Assistant and a G4 Doorbell Pro. For my install of Home Assistant, I'm just using a Raspberry Pi 4. I'm not going to go through the steps to show you how to set it up on the Raspberry Pi, but I will leave links in the description to other videos that walk you through that. Now let's get right into it. The very first thing we need to do, we need to create a user account for our Home Assistant within our Unifi Protect. So I'm on my Unifi Protect and I'm going to admins and users. At the top, we're going to create a new admin. We're going to not put a Unifi account email, but we're going to restrict it to local access only. The name I'm going to give it is just HA, and then I'm going to give it a password. We could use the predefined role to give it super admin to everything, but I'm going to uncheck this, and I'm just going to give them full management into Unifi Protect, and we're going to turn off all these other ones. Once that's done, all we need to do is press create, and that user is created. So we have to hop over now to Home Assistant. Now, I'm not a Home Assistant expert. I just started doing this so that I could get my G4 Doorbell Pro thumb scanner to work with my smart lock. So now we need to get Unifi Protect into Home Assistant, and how we do that, we go over to our settings, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on devices and services. From here, we need to add integration, and I'm just going to type in Unifi, and we can see Ubiquiti popped up. And we're going to do Unifi Protect. Next, we have to give it the IP address of our NVR and then the local credentials that we created on our Unifi Protect. So it will be HA and then my password. Once we have both that information in, we're going to press submit. All right, and it was successful, and you could see all of the cameras that I have on my house, and I'm just going to press finish. We're going to leave everything at default for the areas. The next step is getting our smart door locks integrated with Home Assistant. I'm using the Yale Azure 2 smart lock. This is a Wi-Fi lock. It doesn't work properly when we use the Yale app, so we're going to use the August integration because August does own Yale. So I'm going to click on Add Integration. I'm going to search August, and I will leave a link down below to the lock that I'm using, but we're going to click on August Home. From here, I'm going to click on August, and then I'm going to put in the username and password that I set up with my smart lock. After that's done, all we need to do is press submit, and it will send me a 2FA code to my email address, and we'll have to put that in. At my house, I have two different door locks. I have my garage, and then I have my front door. If you're interested in seeing that installation, I have it on my second channel. The second channel is found down below. We're just going to add both of these into Home Assistant, so press finish. Next up, we need to create a automation within Home Assistant. So we're going to go down to our settings, and then we're going to click on automations and scenes. From here, we're going to create automation. We're going to create a new automation, and then we need to specify what we want to do. So when we're going to add a trigger, and this trigger is going to be an other trigger, and it's going to be the webhook. So this webhook ID will show up, and we will need that to put into our Unifi Protect Alarm Manager. The next thing we need to do is the then do. So we need to add an action. From here, I'm going to click on my lock. We're going to unlock, and then we need to choose the area. The area that I'll be doing is my front door. After that's all created, what we need to do is press save. We could give the automation a name. I'll say unlock door. Next up, we need to create an alarm within our alarm manager on Unifi Protect. So in the bottom left-hand corner, we could see alarm manager. Clicking on this will create new alarm, and then I'm going to give it a name of fingerprint scanner. From here, we need to do an activity, and then we're going to click on fingerprint scan. We need to specify the people that could use this, so it's going to be myself, Cody McCallum, and we're going to press save. If you have multiple people you want to use this, you'd have to check them off. And obviously, our doorbell is the only device that's going to be able to do this. Next up, we have our action, and this is our webhook. Our webhook is going to be a custom webhook, and I'm going to copy that URL that is from our Home Assistant. Once the webhook URL is put in, I'm going to click on Advanced Settings, and then we're going to click on Post, and that's it for this alarm, so we need to press Create. The next thing we need to do is get our fingerprint into the system. We could also use NFC cards, and we'll do both. So I'm going to click on my G4 Doorbell Pro, and then we're going to go over to the settings wheel. From here, we're going to keep scrolling down, and you could see Add NFC Card. Once we click on Add NFC Card, it will tell us to go to our door and hold it there for about 5 seconds. And we'll bring the camera downstairs so I could show you that. We could also do the same thing for our fingerprint reader. So we need to put our fingerprint on there and lift it up and down like you're used to on your iPhones. So let's go outside, we'll get that done, and then we'll also unlock our door with our fingerprint and the NFC card and see how much time it takes to actually unlock. We're now outside and we're gonna put our fingerprint into the doorbell. You can see this right here on my application on my phone that we're gonna add a fingerprint. Clicking on the fingerprint, it's gonna say add new fingerprint. Sorry about the buzzing outside, they are doing construction. Now it says scan your fingerprint. You may not be able to see that on the display right there, but I'm gonna start to scan it. Now it's done 8%, it's gonna say lift and press again. So we gotta do this when it gets to 100%, then it should be added. Okay, you can see that it's now registered me in there. So we need to assign it to a user. So I'm gonna assign it to Cody McCallum and we're gonna press save. Now the same thing goes for our NFC card. I'm gonna click on NFC cards. I have one of the Ubiquiti cards. I'm just gonna hold it on the doorbell. And you can see that it registered and we need to select who it's going to. Now that our fingerprint and our NFC card are in the system, let's go ahead and time how long it takes the lock to unlock the door. You can see that the door is actually locked, and I'm gonna put a timer on my phone and you'll be able to see this on the screen. So once I enter my thumb scan, we're gonna press start and then see how long that takes. And that took about 6 seconds to unlock the door. I'm gonna lock the door back up. We're gonna reset the timer and then I'm gonna use the NFC card. And that took about 2.93 seconds. Let's do it one more time with our fingerprint scanner. So we'll lock the door, we'll reset the timer, and then I'm gonna scan. I'm gonna press start and then scan my thumb. And that time it took 5 seconds to unlock. So it's pretty quick actually how it opens the door. It's almost quicker than us putting in our pin pad. Again, sorry about that noise outside. That drilling was super annoying, but there was no other time to do it and they're doing construction all day. One thing that I did have to add, which we didn't originally add, was a webhook or an alarm for our NFC card. So going back to Alarm Manager, you can see that I have this new alarm, and if we click on Edit, we'll see that the NFC card is assigned to Cody McCallum, and then it's going to include our G4 Doorbell Pro PoE, and we're also going to do a webhook with that webhook URL to get it to work. And that's going to be it for this video with using our thumb scanner and NFC card on our G4 Doorbell Pro to trigger a smart lock. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. All right, thanks.